Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning meditation. Everyone is having a nice start to your day. So I'd like to talk a little bit today about the tradition that this Golden Lotus meditation comes from. It comes from the Siddhanath Kriya Yoga tradition. And one of the things that I'm really attracted to about this way of practicing meditation and yoga is that it's coming from a tradition that's a guru-disciple tradition. So what that means is that everything that you're learning in this tradition comes from a living teacher or guru, which is different than learning from a book. So I'm really vibing off the cooking metaphor this week. So for example, my wife is a great cook and she learned a recipe from America's Test Kitchen to make pizza. And she started making it. It was good. But over time, she's really made it her own. And at this point, it's one of my most favorite pizzas that anyone's ever made is the pizzas that she makes because she took something that was from a book and she kind of brought her own stuff into it and made it her own thing. So a living tradition where you have a teacher that's really working with these practices to teach you um, is is able to connect to the living aspect of this practice that we're doing. So, for example, this Golden Lotus practice that we're doing is something that Gurunath himself developed to help people in this day and age connect with a more still and peaceful state, being that we're inundated with so much energy these days from electronics and other things. He created this technique to help us with that. So, I really appreciate that aspect of this practice, having a guru or a teacher. So guru means a dispeller of ignorance or darkness. So somebody who helps enlighten you into the truth of things. So as my teacher says, there's a difference between a teacher and a master. So a teacher is a guru, a master is a satguru. So as Gurunath says, a teacher informs and a master transforms. So what we're doing here is I'm informing you of some very important things. I'm teaching you how to do it. Where a master, really, when you're with them, their energy, they're in a samadhi state, which when you're with them, it really creates this experience that's really unmistakable. Kind of going back to the cooking metaphor, when you eat somebody's food who's a master chef, it's a transformative experience. I don't know if anyone's been to a master chef's restaurant. We went to Lydia's restaurant, who's an Italian cook. And the first time I ate there, it was like, wow, it was a whole different kind of ballgame. So again, teachers inform, masters transform. So if you're lucky enough to find a Satguru, it's a very transformative experience. And if you have the opportunity to connect with a living master, I highly recommend it. It's an unforgettable experience. One last thing I'd like to talk about in relationship to this is the role of a satsang. So satsang is a gathering of people that are coming together to explore truth. So one of the things that I also appreciate about this tradition is every year we go to a retreat and I connect to all these people from around the world. And for me, it feels like a family reunion. It's very welcoming. Everyone there is exploring these practices and we have really interesting discussions. And it really is nourishing in a really powerful way. So in your practice, it can be very important to surround yourself with people that nurture your practice, which is different than a kusang. A kusang is a gathering of people that are doing the opposite, that are bringing you into your more base qualities, the things that aren't as enlightening in your life. So an experience in high school of that is I had a friend group that was not very good for me. That they would encourage me to smoke pot, and when I couldn't give them a ride, they wouldn't be anywhere to be found. But at a certain point, I left that group and I found this other group where it was a whole different experience. I felt more alive, less depressed. Um, we would explore things like art and play basketball and all these things that felt more enlightening. So I think that's a really important thing to be aware of as you go along this journey of meditation, is surrounding yourself with people that help support and enlighten your practice. Um, and I hope that this space that we've created together is helping you with that. So So on that note, I'd like to sit for our meditation today. Get comfortable on your mat. Starting to connect to your breath. Connecting to the wisdom of your breath. Your breath has a wisdom of its own that if we can surrender and let go into it, it knows exactly what we need for health and well-being. So connecting to our breath, noticing any places in our body that need a little extra attention today, using our breath to breathe into those places. And as you breathe out, relax and release. Letting go of the stress, letting go of the disruptions. Breathing in. And one last time. Taking a moment to be curious about your breath, allowing it to be your guru. To show you exactly what you need today for your practice. As we bring our hands to our heart, chanting the sound of Om to begin our practice. Om. Allowing your hands to rest in your lap. So we bring our awareness to the lotus of our heart, behind our sternum in the center of our spine, the Anhat chakra, the heart chakra. So we connect with the beautiful golden lotus that's living in our heart. And as we breathe in with the sa sound, the golden petals open. And as we breathe out with hum, the golden petals close into a bud. Surrendering to the wisdom of our breath, observing its natural flow as we mentally chant the sound sa as the breath comes in, and hum as the breath moves outward. Trusting that whatever is happening in your practice today is exactly what you need for your growth and evolution. As we still our mind and calm our heart with every breath, breathing in with sa and out with hum. trusting the process. So we now move into the willful breath. I invite you to match the rhythm of your breathing to me chanting the mantra. So we breathe in with the sa sound. Sa, breathing in, holding the breath. Hum, breathing out, holding the breath outward. Sa, breathing in, holding. Hum, holding the breath outward. And one more time. Sa. Hum. And allowing your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Staying connected to your breath in the lotus of your heart. Taking one more breath, breathing in with sa, grounding your breath with hum. Taking a moment to rest in the stillness, connecting to the presence. Closing our practice as we bring our hands to our heart, chanting the sound of Om. Om. And slowly beginning to open your eyes. Taking a moment to come back into your body. Noticing any places where you might need to move some energy. Staying connected to that stillness and peace within. Staying connected to the wisdom of your breath. So happy Friday, everybody. So I'll plan to see you all tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. And I do want to invite everyone, not this Saturday, but Saturday the 11th, which is actually my mom's birthday. So it's a celebration on many fronts, both my mom's birthday, but also we're going to be celebrating the end of our 30-day meditation journey at Fuller Yoga in Glastonbury. So we'll do a meditation practice, and then afterwards we'll gather together and do something fun. Maybe go down to the coffee shop and get some chai and hang out and celebrate together. So if y'all can make it Saturday the 11th for that, that would be awesome. It'd be fun to celebrate together our journey. And I'll look forward to practicing again tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Till then, blessings.